Hello, today is Wednesday. Wow, Wednesday already? Well, just about. Just 9 minutes ago, 28th, 2022. Well, I, I, my daughter brought me this new hats. I don't like to use the mark of things. So I got this. Not that I would buy it. Anyways, doesn't matter right now. So the what are the week last days of the week, month, this year would be gratefulness, making a future with talent. So I thought that I will start filming about each uh, about each country that I have chosen to study. Um, Maybe the countries around, because maybe a country is too conflicted, but it has countries around that is not so violent, or it has uh, the politics and the society is not so dangerous. To study, how would it be if I would like to invest to to start making a mansion into a village. I'm doing this exercise to talk that was home by Debbie. So it was for her because she wanted to do things about home. She likes everything about home. But I guess I just designed something totally different which she would have wanted to do. I was thinking that I want to be positive for next year. I've been dealing with a lot of shit that is not mine. Uh, Requested. So because just my mind goes without my own permission as well, or I lead myself into that. Um, I don't give permission to myself, I guess. So just playing around. I really love politics. It's something that I will always feel curious about. I'm just going to try to point towards what is positive for me, because I think it's okay. I think there are leaders in the world, they know what they're doing, and if they don't know what they're doing, they have other people that can fight them. I don't know. I don't. Um, have to disconnect with certain things that I think is enough. I don't want to be involved, so it's good to be disengaged. Just hold my beautiful ring of the power of water. This is a remembrance of the ring of Galadriel from the Lord of the Rings. A reminder of my work with bonds with nature, to being in bond with nature, my nature, that which surrounds me and is real. So I cannot do many things because I am dyslexic. I kind of work for certain things that I don't think this world needs, or someone wouldn't need to be seen as that. It's a character that is being created, okay? But this is a public domain with real people. So crossing over the rules of role play, and each boundary has its own rules. Like it or not. I don't know how many planets do I have on Earth, but I have so many. I could be the devil myself under the in an underworld. I used to joke with my character Quake with other characters because she's surrounded by heroes. It's just that she doesn't go heroic because she works for Shield. She didn't want to be the director either because she has this thing about about she's joking about it. I mean, she's kind of like within the system, she's kind of like a little bit rebellious sometimes with the very team in a positive way, but kind of like because some heroes know how to fly and have all these other powers, and she just shakes the world, right? Like, and she jokes saying, "Well, I'm a little more grounded," or I was really like, "I think I need some grounding." Like some people might be a Capricorn, but they have all the planets in woohoo land. Um, you can feel what people think because thoughts are also made of feeling and values. And all these components, you know, you don't need to go to university for that. Even babies know. Dogs know and they start barking. "Ah!" Babies know and they start crying. "Ah!" We lose that sense because of so much wannabe and pretentiousness. And I know very well that very smart players, role player, create this in advance. And there are pacts being done. Um, it's part of the storytelling. So why bother, right? Just to remember that there was a hurricane or so many things. Now this storm, blizzard, snow. What yesterday was 15. Today is 50 dead. So today was difficult to talk with a lady that talks Portuguese. Spanish and Portuguese are different. So I had to explain it her by paper with numbers. Um, I'm just thinking to maybe somebody that speaks my language. I have to prepare myself so I can just work 24/7, even when I'm dreaming, because I have to do what I like and just keep moving. Oh my god. I mean, how many more traits could one get? It's I have to really show the map for all the character traits in the world and how they zoom, you can create characters from that, right? But it's like a backbone of certain narcissists. I mean, everyone, for me, everyone is a narcissist. Even the nice people, even enlightened people, everyone has narcissistic traits to survive. So there must be healthy narcissist traits and a definition between your higher self and the hands where you create and the outer self, which is related with that which affects us or we are influenced by or we create with it. But still, that mystery and uncertainty, which is cool to keep a mystery. I wish I was happy. This month of the year in Christmas is, I don't know why I'm still without my teenagers and my children. They're children, they're still children. So, also, the birthday of Alice is going to be the 20th of January. Um, I get very aggravated. And I have my reasons as well. Because, of course, I have to know my reasons better than anyone. Because nobody is going to have reasons for me in this world. It's a world of narcissists empowering more narcissism. Great! Let's follow the lead. I mean, the future is set that people are going to be more and more selfish. I like more that word. I thought they were talking about narcotraffic, like, and I never linked on it because, I mean, people who talk about that don't really do it, right? And online, so I never click on that. Narc. It's not. It's never been like my theme, and of course, I love narcissists, man. They're very sexy, and I'm always attracted. Like, I'm sorry, I'd rather suffer all my life, but they're tasty. You know, what can you do? You know, look at that quirky smile. Whatever. I might be a narcissist too, as well. I really just need to do something that can be reasonable and get me towards my children. So I have tried to make this deal from my work. So I don't want to talk more about it because it's enough. Seeing my words all over the net. And my daughter Debbie sending me money. Like, wow. So, well, just gonna go and get a job and become let things be. Enjoy life and try to synchronize with the voice of the world that I consider is the best, even in places where something can be created. Yeah. I don't understand. I don't understand all this stupidity. I really don't. All this. Trinidad and Tobago is the closest to Venezuela in the right side. So I will go around St. Vincent and Grenadines, Barbados, Martinique, Dominica, Guadalupe. They put where is it from? This is France, France, Antigua and Barbuda. This is UK. Oh, that's cool. Virgin Islands, UK, USA. Puerto Rico, USA. Turks, Caicos, Iceland on UK. What's so small? What is that? However you pronounce that. I'm looking for Haiti. There it is, Haiti. So what happens next to Dominican Republic? And there's so many Dominicans in New York. Have best friend from Dominican Republic, Jamaica, Cuba. Cuba is nice to make mansion into a village because there's no violence there. But Haiti needs help. Right, Haiti, there you go. Haiti. Haiti. It's not that I want to go there. The Pope talked about it. I didn't have it on my list. Yes, I had it on my list, of course. So let's put this one. Mansions into a villages. So many people could do that. Like thousands of people spread all over the world, especially in these countries that are in need or around. So it's not so dangerous, but immigrants can go there. But of course, it needs a system that, because countries are not going to spend on other countries. Banks, federal banks are not going to spend on other countries. They're not going to invest unless it's for war. Let's do the old thing, because it has always existed. Let me pull your hair, because we've always pulled your hair. Your mother's hurts. Well, I'm just gonna put this one here on top, because United States needs help, but in some places, like in California, some districts, it's not like, well, as an American, I'm not the right person to want help there. Americans could do that. Cuba, Europeans could do that better than Americans. We can be a little more classy. Like, don't pull that can, please. Calm down. Keep calm. Keep calm. Carry on. There you go. Oh, Cuba. No, here in Haiti, it's so small. Why so much problematic? That is one. I want to talk about Haiti. I wanted to also, there's so many things. The hologram for the words, how is it coming? I don't want to know anything about politics, Ukraine, China, Taiwan, Russia. They have to learn how to talk and mediate. and be democratic. So it's going to be very hard to make China democratic and Russia democratic. So 50 years term for Hong Kong is like saying we're going to corrupt everyone and then you're going to do it our way because we're not going to be democratic. But who knows? Maybe they know how to talk and share synergy with roleplay. But they're going to copy everything. They have good machines to help South America and Africa. Going to keep moving. So if the narcissists of the wide realm don't come to terms to talk with those who wish to compete while this war continues, because the rest of the world is going to watch crime after crime after crime. And if Russia is saying they want peace, and there is no peace deal, the story is going to change in the eyes of the rest of the world. What has been known is going to be reaffirmed. No matter how many beautiful movies you had in Hollywood and how many people you can buy. So you have to learn what is democracy as well, with corrupted parties, right and left. And with the multimedia, take care of. It's a period of time where one has to take care of the press and the media, with people's commentaries before it's too late, because it just takes, as in role play, 2 weeks and the story is rolling. You can't change their story. That's rolling. That's it. The hatred will continue in that direction. So to redirect a story, I don't want to help because I'm not getting paid and I'm not here to get married with anyone. So I'm valued for my work. It's kind of like, it's like, who do I follow? What is this? So I don't want to be part of any political sphere. Going to cut off with all those neurosystems. That was the first thing I brought when I got homeless. I only had my uniform from McDonald's when I came home, my yellow jacket without leaves, on my iPhone. When I came home and they stole everything, I was paying my rent. On my bicycle. So I was still working while I was sleeping in the streets. This is to remember, to cut off. To cut off. So just to try to focus, as boring as it can be, just to pray and talk about these places in the world and study these words. So that should be in another channel for the best of worlds, and keep it in there because it's too much time having to delete and all these things, and I don't want to make people happy or make them laugh or stress them away, like if they're sharing a secret, an undercover language where they just I'm not interested. I have no benefits. I have no interests. There's nothing that interests me at all. It's just, it only enaces my wishes and desires to kill people, from seeing how much they're supporting the death of people, of killing people. They don't have. So I'm starting to feel like them, because I am. It's like a sickness that is contagious, right? One thing is that I write about death as a poetry or something that is macabre, dirty, that I bask in those feelings where there is no return. No return. There's no return. That's it. That story. That's it. Can't change it. So, oh, of course, I love Kazakhstan. I have the book for it. Now, I don't think Oman is in problems. So, Oman, Kazakhstan doesn't have any problems at all. But I find it interesting. Look at that rush, it's so big. I mean, so big, Russia. My God. It's problematic somehow. I guess too much ego. All right. So, where's my list of countries? Just be grateful that most of the world is in peace. I have to just uh, travel with my mind and study this. So, tell stories. Cannot even make movies. Cannot make anything in this world, really. Unless you're fake. As a woman, you have to be fake or a slave. So, just what? Singer, express yourself. Pose. What else? What else? Ah, well, it's nice to feel pretty, of course. So, I don't think Oman was one of the countries. Let's just write this. This is because I don't have followers and I don't care. Nobody's looking at this. So, I already wrote this, which was. So, okay. Just I'm gonna make two lists here until January. So, it's prepared. And I can look for some talent in these countries and write the people who are in YouTube on these places, which is gonna be hard. Write down the organizations, probably the organizations who work there already, or the churches, temples, the mezquitas, mosques, whatever it is. It's gonna be hard. I don't think I will have the knowledge to could just call and say, "Could you do that?" And probably I could forget everything, but at least to have a notion. I would be faster if I just told to people, could you just do this for me? That's it. Thank you. Let me return and see what you got. Because I'm getting too dyslexic. Crisis in Syria. That was the message of the Pope. Syria, he mentioned first. My Hanem. Let me clear the space. Me, her, Mar. Wherever is that? Well, Iran again. I, well, Haiti, of course. I mean, these are all places I would never like to make a mansion into a village. Ukraine, when it's in peace. Not now, now it's in war. Dreamy Palestine. Ugh, Palestine. Just destroy the whole thing. Jews, Palestinians, and Christians. So just give them 3 days to evacuate. Palestinian, become humble. That's true. True spirit. It's an idea only. It's an idea. Mm. It's an idea. I don't care destroying it with the nuclear bomb. Israel, this thing, Palestine. Just cut that story. It's not convenient, really. Just 3 days to get out. Um, you can keep complaining somewhere else or return and just fight again from scratch. So we can look at you. Oh yes, you can upload YouTube videos about it. How cruel we are. Or someone who did that because I don't have the power to do that. If I had, you would know it was me. So, Ukraine, Palestine. What is this polyland? Violence in Sahel, a region in Africa. Sahel. Region in Africa. Countries around. Not like there. Because that's where refugees would go until that place is in peace. So all the places around will evolve and they can keep fighting until there is no one. I could care less. Sahel region, they all invest there to kill each other. And anyone who wants to come out, just feel free to run away from the scam of this world order. It's crazy people out there. I mean, trust me, it's like you want to fight until you die or a nuclear bomb. I think you just have to really consider just nuclear bomb is a remedy. Finish, like, just kill it. Finish with all this cancer. Yeah, and burn it. That's it. The wars will always exist. No, no, no. That's what you thought. That's what you thought when you used to be young. That you would always exist with your thing like that. Oh well. No. No. So take care of your body now that you're young. Oh, just well, some people are into asparagus. Go for it. Sahel region. I don't understand why people hate vegans so much. Also, what is the problem there? People hate the green agenda. God, I don't have time for all this hatred. I'm not gonna joke about it because They will keep killing people, and people are too innocent to understand what is what in the middle of a war. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Afghanistan. There we go. Who wants to go to Afghanistan? Nobody. Gosh, really? It's just a religion. Don't you think is a problem there? Look at all these Muslims. Nobody cares about you. They're not your brothers. Why? Afghanistan, they don't care about you. Look how you treat the poor Christians who want to help you. Kick them out, treat them like, oh, I cannot understand, really. If it's not about religion, at least try to cooperate to make food, work. How can you live on sheep? There must be something else to do than just carrying a blanket over your head, because your husband can get crazy, or you are so respected. Nothing much has changed, really. People keep pretending to be holy when they're not. Just Pope condemns use of food as a weapon of war. They kind of work under the pressures of war. Also, the dark and the cold, the path of war is appropriated. He sent a course here to America, the Pope. Be careful with the Pope, man. Because you don't want to get with the dark side of the holiest man in this world. Because the dark side is going to be as big as its holiness. This is why I have to pray. Pray for 2023. Oh, first time I said it. Wow. We're still in 2022. 2022. 2022. You can talk as bad as you wish about me. Threaten me. Say that I'm paranoia. You can make your stories online. That's what you need. A fantasy to keep talking, because you could care less about the world or anyone, even yourself. Just keep writing and telling your stories as if you're having a conversation with someone that is not fake. After all, what's familiar to you? But fakeness. I mean, of course, we have to have a civilized face towards society. I mean, that it is so upsetting. So upsetting. Gonna be with my children. Refugees around the world. Great, bravo, bravo, because Europeans don't have any rights thanks to so many refugees. I don't have any rights in Spain. I don't have any rights. Refugees, Africans, South Americans have more rights than I do. My blood's Spanish. I grew up in Spain. Let's just say that a quarter is Italian. One quarter is Italian that comes from the Greek. But it's still more or less Spanish. Some Celtic there, a quarter. But they were Celtic like 3,000 years. Still My mother has some glory to God in the highest heaven on earth, and on earth peace on for those he favor, for those he favors. Luke 2:14. Peace. I had repeated on earth. On earth. I changed it. This dyslexia is also that my brain goes too fast, so it's kind of like all over, and I could just put something else double or before. So just when I'm working and I'm used to it, yes, but I still need a double check. To the inaccessible, and the magic follows the star in the misery of the word incarnated. To pray, I think to pray could be like doing magic spells when it's elaborated. Normally, I do it alone. I think alone for 3, 4 months, just to write a letter for whom would it go. It's a private process, as prayers are, that should be private and sacred. Should be nice, all profane. Disgraceful, no matter how much paint you put there. Oh, there, put more paint there. Yes, yes, put more layers. Mm, show your ass more if you can, so you prove that you have one. Hey, so divinations. Divinations. That was so cool there. So I got two more lights here, and now I can see it, I guess. Right. It's a problem of the light always. There it is. So I got that in the supermarket, little. Now I can show it better. The paper has triangles. So cool. The most difficult of all magic arts, divination, magical thinking. It's like drugs. I don't need drugs. Relax, relax. What do you want to relax? What do you need? You have to stop taking drugs. Also, it's not good for the body. Gosh, body. I need a beautiful male body. That's for sure. That's my perdition, Father. I'm sorry. I'm always gonna be sinning. Oh, mio pecado, mia culpa. There you go. Pat in the shoulder, just a little pat. Yes, you calm down, calm down. There. Just a simple word makes me simple word. Flipping color, imagine things with an adjective. Okay, so let's forget about objective and subjective, and let's start to work with adjectives. Beautiful body. That's it. Just thinking that if I have a person working for me to go shopping, work here, just so I can concentrate on psycho mode. This person is going to be annoying me, so I will have to teach the person all these little details, and it would be nice to start to socialize, to relate with someone after the lockdown, after not working, not being in touch with people. The lockdown, I work in the lockdown. Potions. Well, I have been around people who take drugs, and I tell them what drug should they take because they're a little bit like, oh, you think you need a little bit of that, or a little less. This potion class. What is sports? I'm thinking to keep it for Alice. Oh, spots, and it has the cauldron with this book. I put this hat because it helps me to concentrate. The tales of Beedle the Bard. So these are the tales that are not on any movie or book of Harry Potter, but is part of the Harry Potter for how it was created. I cannot talk about it really because it's just part of stories that are part of the wizardly world. This is a school. There you go. It's really cool. And they are told by Albus Dumbledore. They're so cute. These stories are left, and Albus Dumbledore made some notes. So about the book himself. So they're short stories. Like Albus Dumbledore on the tale of the three brothers, it teaches of the one and the symbol of the cape that is the circle on the. Right now, I don't have the brains to talk about this. I haven't write about this in a long time. So what I am writing on the verse, the dictionary of the verse is more in the frontal part, and is reactivated. One is not talking, so one is writing. It's refreshed. So it's very beautiful. It reminds me the globe of the earth and the global problematics and the importance of being adaptive, positive. Yeah, man, because I have to really look preparing in this synchronization for 2023. God, it was so cute in Japan. When I really look at all this, so cute. So cute. So imagine I have to prepare for next week and I will start already. Ah! So I didn't want to make a to-do list, so I got this to-do list. That's a to-do list to remember Argentina won, but it's from Harry Potter as well. To-do list. Um, so I might get a cork in this wall. I should get a map in the other wall. I have to buy things for my children. So when I get the money on the 17th of January, I will get something very fast for because I buy it very quickly. By the time I'm buying it, it's still the 16th on Canada. So it starts shipping and it could get on Ali's birthday, the 20th. So I want to play with the words and what is reality and what is a fantasy. That is could be a reality from another person, but it's false to you. So from being objective, objectives is not being there. You want to get to the point, but you are not the point. So and subjective is below. So subjective reality. All right. So it was very good. So I could arrange it in the dark. I could see it from there, right? There is no need to see it, but this should be in 3D hologram. And I could explain it better with the website that I already said that it looks. The other day I said anonymous, but it's synonymous. The synonymous from the but only with words that are related from realities, not synonymous. It's like talking to aliens and sending signals. From this is similar. So there we go. Gratefulness. Gratefulness. It should be gratefulness. Should have gratefulness. The thing is that they started to tell me that I should be grateful, like Dalai Lama, when they took my children in Canada. So it's a word that I could never thank. Grateful. So grateful. There is no synonymous to that. Maybe there is. Oblique. Beholden. Appreciative. Indebted. Thankful. Oblique. That's what they say in Portuguese. Obrigado, which means oblique. Beholden. Well, it's boring to be thankful. to be grateful, thankful. I know the when you have surpassed so much sorrows and so much blessings comes to so much streams as well. It's not that you're empty, but kind of like all these lights around me. Let's put these two more lights. Gosh. So it is good to exercise, I guess. Being grateful. It's annoying. What I met. More problems. When I work to give, I more problems. So nothing going anywhere. Train of rubbish. More fakery. See more like what people are talking about. So it's all distorted. I have to be grateful to be able to accept the realities that I face as they are without projecting and being very careful with that. Because the more you project, the more things can twist. Like, for example, I could hold to all this, but then when I die, my children will do the opposite, or a grandchildren will turn a tyrant or a saint if I am the tyrant. So it's kind of like want to try want to try to be a little more just in the present without projecting, because both sides are stream. Both sides can be lived in virtual reality in sports. The violence in sports is not so bad. You need that rage and confrontation, the balls. And also with words, sharpen words. And well, my word was not so elaborated or sophisticated, but that's what I meant, alright? Fuck off. Fuck off. Yes, fuck off. I don't like the way you're talking about women. And stick your tongue to if whatever's dad doesn't understand it. Mm. You don't understand it. Just the women of today, they look at us like we carry a blanket. We carry a blanket over our heads. Yeah, that's it. So these are words that are near. Um, it's an example. Doesn't mean it should be like this, but is to be formed and created. It is an example of how we zigzag with this conversation between players, between entering from one scene to another, the storyline. Appreciate to feel welcome to work on this without having to be hacked, clip and share in whatever platform is that, or private, whatever, to make that makes people feel so special. To talk whatever bad or good. I don't care. I could care less, and I don't want that. My work is greater than that for the multiverse, whatever lies you want to do. It was my formula for the tissue of reality, my work for pity play, the card that we use in role play comes from Dungeons and Dragons. All the things are in YouTube, like, and people keep fighting. But this is not what I came for. This is for people to start role playing on virtual reality and be simple, pragmatic for all the things that we need to do on this earth. So you're just putting more rubbish into the container to create more rubbish, more noise, more consuming more trees in faggot magazines. What kind of women are that who buy these kind of magazines anyway? They're faggots. They're faggots that call themselves women, but this is an invention of the lowest kind. All this hatred and gossip among women that have to look like transvestites. I mean, you really look at that. It's not beautiful at all. In your make believe, it is, but if you take it out, you have to be away from it for a few months, just a few months, to disconnect from what you really believe, because it's a form psychosis, and get to look at it from the other side. To really look at it. But it's not because of what's happening now. This has been happening already, and that's how other leaders from other countries look at it as well. And it is not the best image when you come to juxtapoint from their point of view. Just imagine, forget yourself and imagine that is all about you, and that's it. 24/7. So, well, some people like drama, but they don't role play because well, they want to conquer the world. So, one can be positive and be with creative people that are engaging and everything is nice, and yet one has to study other realities, how one is going to go zigzag back and forth. But one cannot be in the back all the time because you have to go and know from the dirt what are they doing before it just slashes on you, because now the world is watching and everyone has the capacity to slash back, and you have to be prepared. This is not the kingdom of yesterday, the society that is going to be tomorrow. So you got to use the capacity that you have into its maximum performance to be talking about what, because you need to express yourself from so much frustration. You need to be free. You need to convey to whatever that you want to do. But bitching and moaning online about people's rank and tagging people, you are infinite, and people have tried to tag you, and you learn these tags. Well, So this is just for the rules of role play and how it interacts in the role play. There are many rules, and I have worked and studied and made my notes, and I'm not going to share it because it has to be paid. But for you is here guilt versus freedom. In role play, you have deprivation versus self destruction. You have deprivation and self destruction. So this one, when people start to lose their players, they start to lose the kingdom they have created. I'm not saying that's going to happen to anyone. It's just there is an equilibrium between guilt and freedom. Too much freedom and too much guilt. There are two streams. So making people feel guilty. All these stories are relatable, but it's just creating more oppression on people, and they become more resented. So I would just say that nobody that is born out of a high class, the highest class, could know what it is a pedigree. And it's very difficult for a high class to live on a with people that are after money. Like Harry thought that opera was gonna be his family. Because Harry was born in a blue blood fantasy world where everything is celebrated because he's a prince and everybody loves him because it's a kingdom that loves his prince. And he's cute and handsome, and that's it. People want to be happy. That's it. Now you fuck off with the kingdom. Now fuck off. That's it. At least on my part. I am one among millions in this kingdom. If I, it's very easy to ask everyone in the stream to stand for the kingdom because they're just gonna do it because they love their kingdom. Even if they never fight on people's stream, but they stood there with class and elegance, and they say what they had to say. Everyone on the stream, for that I'm grateful. The king doesn't have any idea, and the queen of what happened. That nobody's going to appreciate it. Of course not. Of course. What do they know about cybernetics? They don't know how people are in the press. Could they avoid it? No. But William is smarter. I guess it's good to have relations and get to know how storytelling can turn fun. But there is more for character traits in science, and it's good to have friends in real life and get to trust on people that can help you create room to build your library of character traits. So be thankful. You're obligated. So I don't know how to talk with people lately. There you go. Why I wanted to explain the when people start role playing, they become too they become it is backwards. They become so free, and because they have so much imagination, they can do so many things, and they go on, and I can do this and that and that and that and that and that. It's like and they shout online, I've been role playing here for 3 years, and they want to compete with you, and they're all role players. I'm laughing. I don't say anything because we're just laughing because we've been there 15 years, 17 years, and they always come and shout. They say, have a little group, but we're in every group. They just don't know it, but it is good enough because we know we're laughing. And I'm here role play for 5 years. They shout aloud because we are. And they talk bad about this other verse, like the epic verse, who was first. So they don't know we are also in the comic verse, things like that. They'll shout, but they become so imaginative, yeah, that they are still on that. They're still on that. What Mises would call it. That's his main character. 'Cause we're called by our main characters in role play. So Mrs. What you would say is you are on an experimental state, say, phase. So it could take 5 years to set, and they don't listen to anyone because they need the just to do whatever they want. So it's like in the world of role play in fiction, fictional stories. I'm not, and I'm talking role playing with others. Yes. Now everything is on hold on one by one until the operations start rolling for next stage. It is sad to see they are doing what they're doing. Um, well, so it is good to see this dying year as it is ending, and to accept. And once one accepts, one can be grateful. It's good enough. So I'm not gonna give my work online. And this is not an open source. I'm gonna give for free. I am not a bitch because I'm asking for my percentage of my work. That is money and values. And some people would say, oh, you're not an enlightened person if you're asking for money. Well, I am not going for master guru here, right? No, I'm not a high priestess. I'm not getting this knowledge from the beyond because women are normally stupid. Yes. If I put my nose here and because my cheeks, because she doesn't have that arc in cheeks, they're natural. So I was like, the thing is that I have to read all this because that's part of. I make sagas. I am not a role player that is a liner. I do stream sometimes, but it has to be something that I am seeing that is really bad for me to enter and get in psycho mode to protect something that I believe. That is, for example, to respect privacy. Of course, the monarchy needs to resound as usual because it's part of the United Kingdom's Dragons and Unicorns and the Shakespearean characters all around planet Uranus. Thank you. It's never gonna stop, so I will have to just cut it off and make my own sequence and just open portals and just here. So I guess some people need to insult women online so they go and fuck their wife and they're so annoyed of their wife. That's what they need to do, insult other women because that makes them horny because it's so boring. Just looking at you again like, I'm sorry, man, I'm sorry. I don't get a hard on, but that's at least just let me go in so I finish quick. It's just like, doesn't matter who you are, really. You don't need to be even a wife, even though you don't need to be a wife as well. Just listen to women talk when they talk alone. It is sad. It is very sad to think that you used to love once, regardless. So I have to disconnect from all this because I have nothing to do with monarchy. I am just a person who stream, like many people have streamed, to not to troll anyone or insult anyone, but for my part to defend monarchy. They're a family, like anyone, their private life, whatever, and to make resound the monarchy as well. Celebrate what is the monarchy. Whatever happens with the family as well, we all have family. Oh, for people need to talk about their black. Okay, yeah, but she's not fully black, right? Like she could hardly could have married a real black woman. Just to celebrate black people as well. That's great. Not in the way I would wish. But what is to define reality from non-reality? Why is in the dictionary of English not defined as real royalty? Why is only in the Spanish dictionary? They don't bring it from the Latin. And what's the problem there? There are problems everywhere I look that need to be fixed. Why do they want to change it? Why do they want to cut it off? That comes from the French, from the French. No, it comes from the Latin. Just cut it off. They want to put it comes from the Anglo, French, Latin. It comes from the Latin. Cut it off. Cut the bullshit. To cut off that all the sports and touch comes from the Anglo French, not from the Latin. That from the Latin, they just bullshit, changing everything. Even Spain. Don't call it España. Spain, like pain. It was an Arabic word that means the land of rats. Well, let's call it the land of rats. It's better than pain. More fascinating. Just think that Putin could be there. Es que this the Nordics cannot pronounce the ña. They cannot say España or coño. Or is the N with the, well, for those who don't know what coño is, it means cunt. We don't have translation for pussies. in Spanish. So deal with it. All right. So there you go. False, veil, objective, converging, values, converging crisis, finish the job. There you go. It's going to be complicated. It's going to be complicated. Be nice to feel created and have a balance and have a normal relation to talk. But they want me to talk for free. They want me to keep the fakery. Yes! Yes! I am so happy. Great. Take more because you're so worth it. Take everything because you're so worth it. You deserve everything. Do whatever you want. You are immune. Do whatever you want. I'm a brat too. That's why you had to marry a middle class Middleton. Could suck your ass, Uranus, as much as you want, and still put makeup there, like. Oh, oh. Never seen Kate Middleton curving herself so much because she's so in need to show her ass. It's like, what happened since Harry and Meghan left? Because she was compared by her ass from the black public domain with the asses of the black public domain. It's like, okay, man, it's too much. Let's thanks they're not talking about other things, right? Right? Curving her ass everywhere in the whole Commonwealth. They're in the Caribbean, curving herself to pick up something. Yeah, because they're like us. They don't care if there is meat or not. They don't kick us out in the Commonwealth, and they accept us if they look at you curving your ass there. Yeah, curve and show your ass again. They will like you more. Curve more. Yeah, that's subliminal. Sometimes they cut the camera there to not show her ass, or when she's walking back with a tight green dress. Just cut it off. Cut it off. No, man, she has no ass. It looks dirty. She looks like a bitch. Cut it off. Cut it off. I will never show my ass, whatever big or small, whatever it is. For that position, you don't want people looking at your ass. Everyone is looking at everyone's ass. The grandmother's ass, the auntie's ass, your sister's ass. At least my sister does a good job. Yeah, that's a little bit controversial, but well, that's what sisters are for. Yes, or brothers to show you the unique. Hmm. Can you imagine? Just you want to make a story of your life, of your real life. Bravo, magnifico, magnifico, all over the press. Now I come to save the world with all the world behind. Yes. And nobody's watching. Why? Because your brother is fucking it up all over the internet with his Netflix series and now his spare book. We're gonna have to listen to more about. I'm gonna have to pray so I don't click on it because I had enough. That story is rolling. They don't know how it happened. Like, yeah, we left UK and then it happened. What happened? What happened? You don't know what happened, right? That's what you should know. That you don't know. That's all you need to know. That's why I pray. So I remind myself that I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's why God exists. So we remember ourselves to not become so egocentric. Like, yeah, I am better than you. I could rule the world better than you, brother. Sing. Because there was not so much power or money between me and my sister, so it's not so great. But it's the same. Same. But I had to run away basically and let it be. Just let it be. Why would I want my money to be stolen for the fifth time, the sixth time? I was the one who made the money. That was the problem. So my mother was like, "Wherever you go, you can make your money again, get all your connections. As soon as you go in life, you don't want any connections. You don't want to be a genius. You don't want to be anything. You just want to keep your work together, and if possible, to not meet a narcissist who destroys all your life. Even if you pick that narcissist to destroy your life, because you can't. You can't. And I never wanted to be a therapist. That's why I build role play so people can kill each other and do their own their own place to watch it in the moment of awareness. There is no need of a third person to do therapy on you because it's you, your monsters, and this third person telling you what is what. No, you're not a narcissist or psychopath. You're infinite. Yes, you can show that you are an ultra and you can save the world because that is your role in life to become a king one day. And if I have to be this role in my life, that's what I represent. That's the role I represent. But when I close doors, you know, I'm like everyone who disconnects from their job and roles and becomes the family member it is, and that's it. More or less the same. People don't need all this tagging and judgments and online, yes, with characters. This is a work where it's going to help people to mediate really in real life for what matters most. There's no, like in New York, fast talk to mediate. This is what we're doing, ta ta ta, and people are not fighting or doing too much noise for nothing. For what? What was the movement? Was this really necessarily? Maybe it worked well for Lady D. That was a spectacular death. for love, for freedom, like my father. There you go, die, be killed. Call that freedom. It's kind of what kind of heritage you giving me with that? Traumatize me for the rest of my life with your death. I'm marked forever. It's gonna be my hallmark. So I got some candles to pray. There were other candles that are purple. And people that pray with colors, they believe in. So they believe this is supposed to be for love and passion, which I don't need. I don't need more passion. Um, should just get white candles just to pray. Just to pray. Should be private, of course. This looks also when people are gonna eat, right? Have a romantic dinner. Oh, with the family. My family would love that. What's the problem? You embrace your narcissist family and it just look like if you are nothing. They never embrace you, right? Where you go? Hmm? Where you go? You want this? You make all these people go to the airport to pick up your mother with balloons and welcome boards, 3 cars. Every time she comes from India. And what you are creating is someone to treat you bad and look down at you because this person thinks to be so special. So it's like, whoa, man. Your own mother all your life. Do I want to be like that? I'm grateful that she showed me how the world is. I don't need to learn about narcissism. It is the beautiful voice that I hear from the highest chords, beautiful rhythm as if he's making love to himself, something spectacular. And he goes on and burns all this energy. Incredible. So, what is narcissism going to do? To learn about a structure or ego. You need people on the School of Science to get this, the protein and how the protein is delivered from the cerebellum and the information is given to the hormones to deliver all this information. The hormones are part of the mediators. The hormones are the mediators, the ones that need and have the rush and the urge to do all these hormones to get connected. So the young people have more energy to do all these mediations as well. But the protein is built already from the womb, in the womb with the mother and the ostrahon. Can't pronounce that. So this is the testosterone has become ostrahon, the feminine hormones. And it's very interesting to see the mechanics of how the protein is carrying the information to form this culture and ecosystem, not ecosystem. I just made up that word, ecosystem. I mean, so write it down, but it's not really like so. If you want to control me so you can possess my intellectual work and I never get paid, and you can keep insulting me through other characters they talk about your stories and just blend it with your real life inspiration as well. Oh, that's what you're doing. So it's a prayer for myself so I can just click away from everything that's related to Harry and Meghan, allow people to have fun with it or criticize or embrace themselves or lower themselves or putting their size to the left, the right, up and down, overall, whatever, to arc around it. I don't care. I have to pray to just, yeah, cut it off, disengage. There, trim it out. Pray. What I'm gonna write here of divinations. Such a nice book. Property of Howard School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Well, I wanted to have a room with all the religions from around the world, objects of spirituality, and also fantasy world that is about the wizardly world. Not all, but something that has symbols and meaning. So we could go and have fun there and just play trick or treat at least. And also do crafts because it's part of the fantasy world and creating stories, and it makes it more fun. I mean, what's life for? I mean, as a creator, of course, there is this great book of dream signs and symbols, and they are also with the codes. The codes and the logos. I mean, science is very important to study, of course. So I left these two books below here to get more involved with it. And I'm gonna read Don Quixote de la Mancha again, but this time is in English, and it has a modern version from the 50s. So I don't know, I might just keep this for Alice and with the other book for Saint. I don't know if I would use that. But it's beautiful to see it. Maybe there is a globe one day where we can see all the things that the world needs. And we can see our faces without having to fight, because there are so many points around this world with people that need water, food, and there are parts of this world that need to flow. And there, everyone can see what we are all doing. Oh, this spot already got water, and everybody already knows. And there are factories and places that they might like to help in industry to make material cloth there and teach how to do cotton, not have to exploit all the people in India. They can go exploit Venezuelans so they dress better, all with jeans and t-shirts. Just go and exploit the poor people of Venezuela, you Indians. Hindus. Only the Chinese are going there, which is like Chinese. You have to have children with Venezuelans. I always wish for that. Chinese or Japanese to go to Venezuela and make some order because they also need. It's like they're gonna be like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. They're not gonna want. It's such so extreme. Like with Africa, I don't think don't want to mix. Oh, the fabric of the universe. To read a little more again. Force and motion. Well, so at the muse of dance, there's the Kore in Greek mythology. I made her the muse of motion and movement. And it's very important to know the movement within time and space. And ask yourself, what the fuck are you doing? And until when? Yeah? I want to show you all my planets on Earth to ground you. Never spoken like that to you before. Well, this is Nordic gods, a study of Goethe, which I can't pronounce. A deeply pondered book, almost uncannily perceptive, and writing with a lucidity and care which make it a pleasure to read. I guess not to listen from my accent. Is the listener, the Scotsman. Modern Language Review, from the Germanic Review. This is from the Oxford University Press. Well, I should move near Oxford, Cambridge, or Eton. Get ready for my children to go to school there, college, university. One of these three, I have to get out of this place sometime this year or the next. They have some parts in German or Nordic. There was these people in the round table with Jordan Peterson talking about Stalin and Hitler and was say and Mussolini and this the Italians would never be able to do something like that with a white pride. Oh, you motherfucker. Thanks to the Italian Empire, to fucking talk and read. You asshole. There it goes again. It's just really, really no respect for people. No respect. They make jokes that are Nazi. They are jokes like they have so much power to kill so many people because they have these greater minds. Stalin and Hitler. Incredible. I mean, you get to know how many people the narco traffic from Colombia and Venezuela get to kill. But let's not compare, because then we go again into all these problems. What kind of prayer is this? Well, it's okay. I'm not in 2023 yet. I have to force myself. I have to force myself. So the words for next year. Well, I have a book about flowers. That's in the third week of January. Uh, Another week to talk about supermarket. I thought you could just change it and put supernatural or super hooper. Just talk about something else. Supermarket. Well, um, yeah, the idea was to talk about the country, um, and get a glimpse of, and get to blend how is the supermarket there or the flowers in this country, get to blend with this, just to have fun, just to have fun. Try to relate more with what I'm talking about so it doesn't get too. No, it should be it should be without politics, without reason, and nothing that anyone can copy because it's just, other people there using my work and making money. Just pray so they get into the pit of hell. You want to use pity play? See you in the pits of hell, Mrs. Patty has said. Oh, well, multiplying. That would be by the December 2023. Well, I don't think they will get what's the multiverse. They're starting to make these videos that scientists made the multiverse. I wrote that to Bill Gates from the multi-universe and the multiverse. How is all this relating? But hackings had nothing to do, and science had nothing to do with the multiverse. In fact, not even Thanos and Marvel. That came from DC Comics, from the Lanterns. And I know because I went to the multi university in India. And that it was called like that in the year 87 after Osho died in Pune, India. They call it Osho Resort because they wanted to make money, more money, and there was political war after he died. And he already said what happened, that after the master has died, the corruption of people will begin because people are around an enlightened master, meditating, working for unconditional love, and that generates a Buddha field, another quality of consciousness that is produced thanks to an enlightened master. So he said that, and everybody believed it, and that's what they did after he died. I was a teenager, so I'm not very aware of why would they do such things, or why would they believe that they would have to go corrupted after he died. But they did because they believe in him. That's why I tell to everyone to never believe in me. Don't believe in anyone. Get your story straight. What does this world really need? What do you really need out of this? You want to keep repeating the same pathologies and problems because that's the way things are done and it's legitimate? Get less sensors out of your intelligence, natural intelligence. Because the joys of the arts and the intellect are gonna be for many categories now. More categories. All right. All right. There is creation for everyone and anything. Well, I have put this many times every 4 months. Beauty, to talk about beauty. One, two, three, four. As last year, because it's part of of love and beauty and nourishing and regenerating, and it is not a concept beauty, it's a state of being, and that which is beautiful and feels beautiful. So yeah, I'm going to bring the countries as it was meant to be, to pick up a town. I had to pick a town actually. So the first, well, just pick a country and then pick the town. The first week. The second week, I talk about the culture of that country. The third week, I talk about the cover, if they're black, white, Chinese, like Mongolian, or Kazakhstan is like they had Arabic people from 300 years ago, but maybe I go there and I really go and study. Maybe it's a lie. Maybe they made it up. So it's more politically Arabic and invested on that, but maybe there's no evidence that they're really Arabic in Kazakhstan. I don't even know how to pronounce it. They have such a beautiful landscape, so much green, so many natural parks. And the eagles, I love the eagles. I might never go there. It's not that I really like it that I want to go. I love Switzerland from all the countries I will go, also because, not just because of the melted cheese. I'm a sinner as a vegan. I sin constantly and feel repented. Very attracted to guilt. It's part of OCPD, that guilt, um, perfection, and guilt. So, I mean, it's better to apply it on others, but what can you do? If melted cheese is so good, I also love to visit CERN, where they collide particles. Oh, France, kind of like, north of France. It always goes around the north of France, where French philosopher was born. I don't remember his name. So many geniuses that have lived. Incredible. I said to my psychiatrist, no, I don't want to be a genius. There's so many genius already that I want to read. I haven't read them all. No, at least one sentence out of the book. I rather read Don Quixote again because it reminds me of my father. It reminds me of the Spanish culture. Is one of the traits that I came out, which represent the madness, to break through the original reason. We don't have the trickster, but we do have Don Quixote de la Mancha, whom is an honorable knave, and his peasant servant has more reason. Um, is there's a statue of Cervantes in the National Library of Spain in Madrid, which was the Royal Library, and I visit often. I've been many years there, just reading. And I asked, why did they put the statue on that part? And the librarian, oh no, because Cervantes was not from the Alcurnia, yeah, like from the higher class. He was like denigrated because he was among the soldiers, a peasant who knew how to write, basically. And he was hostage in many times in jail for maybe stealing food. He, as many who went to the Americas, he was captive by pirates, and he was sold in Africa. He was captive there for 3 or 5 years. I don't know, one of these countries, Somalia, one of these. I mean, the black people would not only sell their black people, but they also sell Spaniards from the pirates. Can you imagine? You get good stories like that. So some books, if you read, some books are not to read again. It's like, yeah, I don't really read. I just normally read few pages again. But I will read Don Quixote La Mancha at least for next year and get to sit down and digest and remember my father and everything he taught me is there. The opening of the book. You go to any national library, and the main books that are the great masterpieces from around the world, you will have from Cervantes Don Quixote de la Mancha there in the main library. I have seen it in the main library of Victoria in Canada, and it's like, yeah, everywhere I go check in the main hall. That is a hallmark to understand. And the Spanish world has the delirium and understanding through abstract craziness. We get to relax a little bit between work and maybe share a little something and don't take things too seriously. Um, the thing is, can never study enough just to study also the writer to understand why how it got to write this is impressive to get to understand the biography, at least some part, 'cause most is a lie, but at least something to understand, to grasp something. That's why. That's who could build this character. Because he was a warrior and he was a dreamer. Um, he did it. He knew he would do it. He knew he had something and he did it. So my father said, "Is a book I have to read, but 3 times or four." And I was like, it's super boring. I think that's when he slapped me. I don't remember. No, no, that was not when he slapped me, but he gave me that look. That's for sure. 'Cause that was in Madrid. I was maybe 12, 13. I thank him to give me those looks that are as a tattoo there forever, and you remember, and it's kind of like lingering there and comes out. Now you have the time to go deeper into it, because plateau with the civilization is you can only read on page or three, even if you that's a book you carry. um I promised myself to not talk about books or writers or dates, and if possible to forget all these. Traumatized from my father for naming all this, and that would not be necessarily to keep creation. So much to do. I remember the teachers would always say, "Where are you looking at the spider nets?" It's the same. ¿Por qué estás mirando las musarañas? Because, and I look at them, like, you're so boring to listen at class. You are so boring. So I rather look in the window to the nothingness. And most of the time, I would think there's so much to do out there. There is so much to do. These people are stuck, making me stuck. I've done so much in my life that I should be grateful, but I'm not. So there it goes. I have no news from Bill Gates. My work from the metaverse is doomed to fail. He will never see the light of it. Die in peace. Maybe he dies older. I don't think our souls will meet, because it's like, you didn't meet me in my life. Why should I meet you? Nothing to do. You did nothing. Just get off. Get off. I'm nothing. You're nothing. Mm. I don't even use your computers. I'm a Mac person. Not even a phone. Nothing of it. Never. We had blocks of the first laptop there. I trust it. For sure. I will celebrate. After death, just to imagine that I can keep writing stories and I'm alive and young. Not just young, but younger. No matter how much money you have, you can't live forever. And all you need is going to just twist. The story is going to twist. Just imagine Caligula. He thought he was sour, the cherry over the cream. Fantastic. I just saw somebody compare Meghan Markle to Caligula. Like, oh, having Meghan Markle in your family is like having Caligula. I had to make, I mean, I had to make a picture. I couldn't make a screen picture because it was in a stream. And people get so creative. It's like, wow, this level of, like, just imagine. Once Bill Gates is dead, what people are really going to be able to say, especially in Twitter now that there is freedom of expression. They're getting all these the tweet files. Oh, the story could change as well. Who knows? At least you have your fake rich friends whom you can invest with because you love the money and little girls. Oops! It was the times. Like, why do you want to fuck with somebody who doesn't have pubic hair? Really? Because share that. They're nice. They're not abused yet. They don't know too much. I don't know what's the kick. 17. Okay, 17. S- Looks like a woman, right? Young. Yeah, it's ready. But if you really look at it, it's just, all these men and all this, it's all the thing. It's already like, it's not like when I was 17 and I went to Prem Raj. He had the body of a boxer, beautiful blue eyes. He was a boxer. He gained all his money with boxing. He stopped boxing because he killed someone in the ring with the wrong. He didn't want to make more money. It was shocking for him. He didn't want to kill anyone because he gave a wrong punch. So it is sad. You could clean your name already. You could clean your name already. You could clean your name. But I'm going to pray. I'm going to pray. I'm going to pray for what matters most. Because no matter what I say or not, that's where you're heading. That's where you're heading. You choose that. You choose that path. You took my work that I have sent, and also this other one who is triangulating to get more money. Yeah? How much money did you get from Bill Gates when I sent you to Bill Gates? And I told you all that about. You think I should be happy and grateful? What say that I'm tutti frutti? Fruity? What do you say? That is crazy that I don't have evidence? Because the other day you were dreamy about this and that, because I said that and this. It's fantasy, crazy shit talk. Same can happen to you as well. That everybody, no matter what you say, that's what people see and think. You're gonna keep cutting trees for that? How many trees are being cut for your royalty news? That shouldn't be the way to rule or be a symbol. Enjoy your life. Just don't take from people. That's my work. At least I still can keep complaining. For 2022, pray to be grateful that people die. I'm grateful for that. People die, especially those who should never live forever. I will pray for the young people of this world that deserve to have their life, for the Ukrainians and Russians and people who volunteer journalists as well that are risking their lives there for what? So you learn how to talk, mediate, bring abundance. Well, so well, I will be talking about libraries. That's in June. Libraries, yes, to get all the characters from each national library. There is a lot. There is a lot. There is a lot. There is a lot. So no matter I am an asshole as well, but you're not going to fuck me up. No, I am as the same day that I send my work, on the same day that I send my letter. So you get this deal. But what did you do? Get a deal for your earth shot. Great. Anyways, you know each other from before and your work for the environment. But when I ask you about McDonald's, nothing, right? So you don't care so much, really? Good. You don't really care about the environment. You care that somebody went to show you my letter, my other letter. You think I'm gonna be bitching and complaining until I disappear? No. I'm going to be praying. Not for you to be a better person. You think that I'm going to like you more if you call me a greater or an empath or a greater narcissist or a middle whatever or a lower? Do you think I'm going to like you more? Do you think psychopaths care? Why would a prosocial psychopath care? A person with OCPD wants the job being done. That's it. That's our only pleasure when the work is made. That sense of perfection is like an orgasm. That's the only thing for the work. Not, no. For me, I don't care what you say about me. You can throw me flowers, you can do this, that, but for my work is not even giving fully, so it works. Nobody knows. So what are you worried about? Hmm? You worry for Kate the fake? That is your problem. It's not my problem. You spend all your day talking bad about Meghan Markle and your brother because you have Kate the fake influencing you. Hmm? And you have all the press there behind who think that you both are the best. So you believe in whatever you want. But if you're upset with your problems, I have nothing to do with your problems. Yeah? Monarchy is not your private problems. It never was. It never should be your private life. Whoever made this, royalty never made money out of gossips. The royal gossip were part of the kingdom. Nobody could take royalty out of royalty. And for what? Only those around the main characters. So you cannot trust anyone. Just keep it nice until you roll. And then what? You will be too old as well. So because before kings and queens would just rule, they would enjoy their life. They wouldn't have all this so much work and all this commercial just propaganda. Like, looks like 99% of the work is propaganda just to get money. It's not, shouldn't be that. It should be now technological, investing in human interaction to get all these needs for the world. Forget about propaganda. People will know when you're bringing this, and that's it. Get to enjoy the benefits out of what you're doing and feel as an ultra narcissist doing what doesn't make you frustrated. If you like to take storylines with your voice, cool. But it's going to lead you uh feel more frustrated to keep talking shit about others. Because that's what all women do when they have nothing else to to care for. It's- that's what they do. One thing is it's good for people to know, learn human behavior. It is good to learn character traits. But oh my God, thanks God, I'm not with my sister and my mother, and these narcissists. Thanks God, I'm not with my husband. I mean, anyone could tell just by looking at his picture. Thanks God, I left. Thanks God, I survived from serial killers. Thanks God, I have survived from people that wish my death. That's stolen from me over and over again. Thanks God. Thanks God. I think that I could work her out. I don't know if I could work her out because it's been exhausting watching all these problems. All these problems that could have been preventable. I would prefer to see Boris Johnson talking, but who is there to defend the Prime Minister? Can't be everywhere. I cannot be everywhere. I don't like to be in Twitter either. So there is a lot to deal with. The lowest class can be in Twitter talking bad about the Tories, and the press thinks that is all the people in UK. And the polls are not all the people in UK. 80% don't have a job. So it's normal that they are going to make these votes. Oh dear. And this is a transition to get to an established understanding that this is real life, and here you can go and express yourself. Here you can go do sports. I'm trying to mediate this so people have food here because they don't even have shoes to wear. And if they eat better, they could think better to understand each other better to create some shoes together and create a bridge without having to cut their heads with the axes that we give them. Because these are the same problems that we have from when the colonizers went to the Americas. In the north, they would give them axes and they would chop the white people's head. So no, we gave you these axes to help to make breaches so you make your house, these tools. So they also killed my father because he gave these tools. He gave this land. He was making the road. He was bringing the electricity. He was bringing the water. He was bringing credit to where it doesn't exist. He was bringing not only credit, but having the land for free without paying any advance, just to start to have a place of their own. But no, they had to kill him because they don't know how to talk. They do not know how to discern from here, from fear to hatred to working and putting the energy in doing this and that. Because hatred is to use in sports, is to be refined through heavy work, the physical work. 80% at least. 30% can be intellectual, to have fun, to have do something new. 20% to invest, to take risks. 20% for for a generation of people who are learning how to talk and where to put their emotions. Right now, people don't know how to put their emotions, even if they are high class, because they used to pay artists to express themselves. They would just watch. They just learned how to express themselves a few generations ago, the highest class. And they would just play the piano, some of them, and sing, oh, la, 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 and be theatrical. But that just started few generations ago. The artists had the luxury to express themselves. But the highest class would always hate the artists with envious. So they have been always mistreated. It is said by Osho, the artists are the most mistreated in society, to a point of mental illness. The artists are more mistreated because they have the joys of life to be able to express and discern. Um, is being changed to is being changed to take from them and mistreat to the highest score, because as much as they love the artists and what they do, they hate them because they are not like them, because they cannot express themselves as they are. They cannot reach out that. And some in this last generation in the high class have been able to break through, express themselves. Some music, some with theatrics, some singing, and just get a little jolly drunk, and and it's just among them, and laugh a little bit. The world doesn't know how to express themselves with all the channels of information, which are through the arts. And with the arts comes the media, the multimedia. So we have younger generation learning and people who are addicted to internet without getting to discern what is what. This is not, this is fantasy, this is reality, this is our world, this is what doesn't exist. It's like a dream world. We could turn things into reality, but you're still developing as a woman. So it's hard. It's hard to change. The body's changing. God knows how hard it is for women to develop, but for how men look at you, you feel so. Um, Especially if you start developing first before all of them. who the ones who develop the last are the ones who really want to be like woman, and they're so happy because they start developing. You have friends who want to develop. Oh, I didn't grow yet. I'm still 16, or just don't care about it. Not a big deal. You don't want people to love you because you have breast. You just want to hide and run. It's, it takes time for a girl to love her femininity in this nasty, ugly world where being a woman is just being like a lamp for the creation. If you could bring some light, better. Whatever it is, artificial light, natural light, electric light, whatever light it is. That's it. Otherwise, just to the rubbish, go to a madhouse, use another. All right, so there we go. Beauty, that's beautiful, isn't it? To turn into a woman. Wow. That's how much distorted is it things going online. And boys, many boys turn gay because they think they have a small dick, so they're never going to be loved. Many small dicks don't grow up because they've been raped as well, so there is a short circuit in the system there, and they could never be in power of their masculinity because they've been taken over. There's so many disassociations related to distortions, twists, abuse, and aberrations. Most of the gay couples are turning their adopted children into trans teens, and people want votes. People behind these are pedophiles. People who have so much money and control behind political parties. Any political party. They can give the information, the names and last names. But what is it going to fix if they all pat their shoulders and invest together? Yes, yes, I love you. You're going to make me the king of the world. Now they call you the brain. You are the brain who doesn't need sex, and I have my fake wife, so I look good with her. I could look good if I put 24 hours in just in my looks. Anyone could look good. Anyone could look good. I mean, you cannot operate to have a longer neck. Some things like that. You can certain things you can do. Yeah. Well, this everything is fake. Everything. Even that reassurance, that smiles, the make believe is all going to pass. These are the people who are taking my work, my intellectual property. Could just be dancing right now, seeing my children. I don't need to have any passion. I don't need to be joking. People are responsible. I don't need to control anyone. And everyone can be a genius, that's for sure. When people have the potential to step forward. Anyone could step before me and see it. The thing is that it's gonna take an abyss to understand it. An abyss of exploration, and no one has the empathy to go there. Unless the incels. I swear by God, the incels who now have money to pay women that love them with drugs, they are never going to get my formula by their own. Especially these computer geeks who are very good at self marketing, but most of the things they have has been stolen and taken. They say they invented this and that, and they're genius. They're not really genius. They're good liars in business. Take and just model, get to modulate this, what's cool, yeah. I mean, if you have to put all the bullshit from everyone, you're never going to end. It is my program that is going to equalize the world at large. As much grandiose it sounds, it is. I can guarantee that. Can return you can return my formula to me if you think it's not. After I have signed my percentage. So that's it. That's all I want. And whatever happens later, I could care less. Because I know it's fine. It's fine. So by May, oh, the month of May, the first month is kindredness. That is when the king gets coronated. It's the birthday of my son, and it's the 4th of May. That's so cool. Kindredness. That's what I admire most. Oh, yes. That's why I'm here in England. I wanted to be in Japan because they have kindredness, or in England that they are gentle. Wow, I didn't know. So is kindness in May, spirituality, silence, and temple. And before the in April is nurture, beauty, curtains, and theater. What I mean curtains is also the curtains of the theater, or I don't know if you've done striptease, kind of like that. I used to teach striptease because in the Osho Oasis where we had meditation and therapy from international therapists, we have dance, Arab dance, 3 times a week. 4, it was always full. The people that do meditation had nothing to do with the ones who did Arab dance. They were more narcissists, just with the outside of the body. They had no insight, and it showed through the dance. They had no insight. Ballet is more strict, so it shows the dedication. Belly dance is about showing off a little bit, but the teacher would show about the spirituality of it. And then there was a striptease class for the in Venezuela. We didn't have pole dance, the poles, but my mother wanted to put that, and I said, "No, mother, this is a meditation center." My mother wanted to put facial cleaning and all this, like with these machines. No, mother, this is a meditation center for the high class. Don't mix it. For the high class, and anyone can pay it. because she wouldn't put price low for a girl who come from Iguerote with black people. She would spend all her money and like 6 hours just to come to, I would say 1 hour and a half or sometimes six to come to do the dance, Arab dance, to learn that and then teach that to girls from 1.5 right to sometimes could be 3 hours, go and come back, or 6 hours. And she would charge her the same. I said, but mother, at least do. So it was heartbreaking all the time, all the time. Why would we want to deal with narcissists who just want to break your heart all the time? Just auto destroy until they auto destroy. I gave her all this and she auto destroyed. She auto destroyed my work so many times as well. And that she auto destroyed herself because that work was for her. Do you think I really need to learn from narcissism? No. I just wear my deal. And anyone can fall in love with a beautiful voice, but that's an alternative reality. So, well, talent. Gonna talk about talent in first week. So, opening with talent, as when you open in the first 6 minutes of a movie, you're already showing what the movie is going to be about, and you can already have a resolution for what's going to be. So, I'm gonna be looking for talent in this country from around the world. Hopefully, maybe I used a book about notebook about, and if I get extra money, I buy another one, another one's. So it's just to have an idea if there are influencers in that country to help with the mansions into villages. It's just an idea. Anyone can do that. It's an example that anyone can get to meet people online and or at least grasp if they would go to that country, they would like to meet these influencers, these people on YouTube, to make videos with them about their mansion into village, which place to welcome in the country. If you've never been there, no, nobody. So I'm gonna keep that. And it's close. It closes with family, of course. Oh, but I could have closed this the first year with family. So I close this year with gratefulness, gifts, and to be pleased. When I'm pleased, we don't have sex, so it's not that I'm pleased. I try to not think about sex because I could have a fibroma. It alterates the uterus and it creates more bacteria. And if you're not with the opposite sex, which generates another liquid with your wet, these bacteria that get stimulated if you are thinking about sex. That's why women who read a lot of pornographic novellas and dream about all this, they have cancer and fibromas and all these problems, migraines. Well, migraines. That's also related with suppressed sex because they're too much in the head. Castrating yourself is not the way. There are other ways of burning your energy, of course, thanks to hardcore meditation, not yoga. So one has to understand that one is also an animal and your soul is uncontrollable. your mind, the spiritual part of the heart, mind, soul, whatever is in the cortex around the brain, whatever is that interrelates, is can control it. Can control it. Some people call it a curse from Eros. Some people call it it's a gift of God, whether you want it or not. Just to be able to transform and just pray. Just pray. And I don't want to pray for peace as if I'm going to impose peace with my prayers. I'm grateful to feel peace is a blessing, to feel bliss, the drops, to understand the severity and seriousness of the need in this world to achieve a level of balance and respect. I'm very sad to listen to the Spanish Congress, how again all this can't have a normal conversation, these insults from one side to the other. So they are not working again. All this should be noted. It's not a parliamentary place, not a congress. It's no democracy is still not a form of art, a lot of lack of role play and mediation, no fun, no playfulness. So I could feel the children cheering and the families when I go to the supermarket these days, the Christmas in the streets, the flare in the air. Children have something that's so beautiful. You should never be afraid of what people think. Should always be celebrated. Like when Harry and William were children, and they were never afraid of the press. Never. I guess until Lady D opened her mouth. But I guess it might become a tradition. Storytelling, the news. Well, it's good to have some friends that know theatrics, Shakespeare. They're intellectuals, scientists, psychiatrists, doctors, explorers in multimedia, politicians. I don't like my website to be hacked with all my data. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like all these things. You think I want people to believe in me? I don't have any followers. I don't even have platform. So this is for you. I'm trying to in this time to say nothing that is productive that you can use. You can use the talent online. That's all you can do. Think about it. You just HG Tudor is good enough. The Ultra is good enough. Whenever you're ready to enter into the multi traits, We have very strong Christian genetic that is against that. Um, it is good to inspire fear, respect. I don't believe your thoughts. I believe you're very smart and controlling, trying to learn to let go and flow like a tantra. Well, I'm not going to make a hacker war on you because I love the monarchy. Whatever you're good or bad, never do that. I could scream and shout. I know nobody is listening, and if they do, they don't care. They don't know. They don't know what I'm talking about. Really, they don't know who's HG2 or they don't know. And if they know, they should pay attention to their own narcissistic traits. But people are getting angry and they don't know how to do sports, to filter their emotions and ideas, to direct. So it gets to buy their audiences, so get to do things in real life, to benefit people with basic needs, not just to be better millionaires from middle class lobsters. Yeah, I want to be better lobster to be in the higher hierarchy. When they get to the higher hierarchy, they go like, ah, no, no, I'm gonna fight because I am more, and I have all these lobsters with me. Oh God, don't mess with Jordan Peterson. And Jordan Peterson, don't mess with women. Half of the world. You don't want half of the world against you. That's not a good way to go. Mm? No matter whom this journalist is, you have to say everything that you've been saying all these years about the sex in whatever north part of Europe, Norway is, or Finland, statistics. Because talk about pathology. That's why women become a nurse. Because what is there? Hmm? What would they do with all these women that were coding? Melinda Gates. What happened with all this? They were what? Secretaries of coding? Yeah, this code's here for NASA. Oh, yes. I'm gonna steal your codes. I'm gonna break all your website, your pages too. I mean, these are many male behaviors that are also pathologies. So it was writing for Bill Gates to break this pathology of women having to work around men to support the dickhead and men making women fight with each other. So they put themselves above. And there's a pathology that happens in any verse with any kind of woman. Not my kind, of course, because I have many generations already of women believed in love, yeah, but being independent and working and have respect men. It takes a generation to know how bad it could be. It does. I don't think it's been easier for the woman in the West, and I think the women in the Middle East have their own. It is on their on their own. My mother had a great life, and she's still alive. I hope to provide her with gratefulness for all she has given. Um, my sister I will always love her, no matter how bad she's been to me. I can understand her love for me, but it's still evil. There is no reason to do that. She's doing it to take more money again, and I'm not a perfect person, so we were reunite. We were family. I don't want to go under that situation ever again, to have to see such a things or have to listen to such a things. But it's my family. What can I do? I can only just can't believe what people are capable to do that are your family. Because from little, I would look at my sister and think, how could you be my sister? In fact, I used to tell my sister that she was not my sister, that she was from another man. Yeah, because I said, you cannot be my sister. But those were things that I would never do as a child, would never do. Like coming in your room and destroying everything that you have created in a tantrum with 8 years old, or with 21 years old, coming to attack you, jumping on you in your room, jumping on you because you asked for your bed. You say, look, I have been sleeping in a hammock that I have hung out so you could be there with your boyfriend. Yeah, but I need my bed back because I've been sleeping in a hammock. I don't know, it was 1 month or 3 weeks. It was temporal, but you have to return my mattress. This is when we lost everything and started from scratch in Venezuela to rebuild. And like this, just jump on me. She had no violence in our family. She was a brat. My mother would come and do nothing. She would have a psychotic episode because that's what happens with tantrums later on. It's not stop, is a psychotic episode. So what I was the big one, so I had responsibilities. I said, no, you cannot give the keys of the car to my sister because she could have a car accident. She's psychotic right now. And I would know it because her eyes would flip out like this. Because I was meditating all my teenager years. I was in art therapy. I was experiencing in other therapy groups. I was doing dynamic meditation, getting in touch with my anger. My sister didn't. She would just go out there and take cocaine and be with boyfriends. Yes, that's it. And take the Toyota car. And then she would get angry. And my mother would say, you only have to do this once every 3 months. Help us to get all these things for when the therapist comes to the five-star hotel where we do these events, to bring these decorations there. So I'm not your driver, but she was using the car every day. It was we brought it with our work, but it was hers. Yeah, so she could go to modeling class, to become Miss Universe, to study theater, to become an actress, to study uh, graphic design, all for what? Uh, I had to work to maintain my daughter. So what? Um, to be told that what I am consuming is more than the minimum salary. So I should be grateful that I'm living in a good neighborhood. So yeah, you know, look at Meghan Markle. Yeah, you can do as many abortions as you want. You have to be fake, like Kate the Fake, and just go after, yeah, get a millionaire. I never wanted to. All kinds of boyfriends, rich, not rich. I'm not better, but at least you have to dream and go big, right? Make it yourself. I wanted to know who loves me. And that was a gift God gave me. Even if you're hated, that's appreciated to know. So is rage as well. The power of rage. Fear is what is the opposite of love, not rage, divine rage. In the contrary, it carries a lot of information on love as well, even hatred. But fear is the opposite. Neglect and abandonment is the opposite of love. One can only make things working when there is love. Divine rage, not unconscious hatefulness, destroying everything, shitting on others, talking bad about others. You can deal with that rage and take more coverage, getting that rage on track, not just for looks. But if you are investing all your life with the influence of Kate Middleton, the fake, with gossips, and want to be the best of the class by bullying others, like, oh, who cares about what the people say in the media? People have to respect people's private life. And everybody can sympathize because everyone has done that in this first generation. It's not a big deal that a brother gets angry. Every family member does. So it was very light. It looks like it was premeditated from both sides, Harry and Will, because they have like their own connection. Um, I don't want to be pulled by any energetical field between Megan and Catherine. I have nothing to do. I want to unlock from all this. I will keep listening to H.D. Tudor's voice because, well, what could you do? It's the only pleasure I have. So, in silence, just walking around here, and sometimes outside, just seeing all these cars with gasoline. And even if I have an electric car, just to know how the electricity comes from. So, go local. That's it. The world of illusion should be made to have fun, and the world of reality just to make things serious, simple, pragmatic, and as the Pope Francis said, concrete. So I wish everyone a good day, night, afternoon. If to keep praying, that whatever it is, words is is uh, is a giverish. Meditation has many meditations within meditation. The rosary also has these malas, these bowls that is for praying. I'm used to pray in Spanish and sing in Spanish and these things. So it's kind of weird. But the rosary is like the malas, and each bowl is a meditation, a different meditation. It has 100 and something meditations. But Osho created another one that is giverish. So sometimes there are mantras that they say overnight, and some mantras are not for everyone because it touches death, and then everything you touch can be destroyed or killed. Killed. You touch a flower, it just dies. So they are very powerful mantras of meditation and states. When you learn to transform that, there is the metamorphosis and your greatest gift. So I don't know. I don't know right now how to talk with people or write letters to people. I'm not even interested in getting paid that much. It's like I don't care anymore. 80 pounds a week. What I'm gonna do with 80 pounds a month? So make a list to sound man on the moon. Preparing my list that I do to the 3 makes. So it brings to my children joy, to the children of this world. Helps me to bring my children to me. That be the greatest gift ever. I don't love anyone because they just want to get satisfied for their egos, pleasures. And it doesn't please me because I have my work and I have my children. So anyone has anyone has 2 legs. Anyone can turn to a genius or be useful. Wish to be useless actually. Always. So nobody can use me. I don't want to be used. I want to be just like that. So I will recover my voice. I will keep praying that all the prayers from around this world will it be just words, the vibration, just imagining strings around the world, moving strings of light in a globe that some continents can share. Whatever politicians and leaders want to do, I hope to not be useful at all for anyone. And I'm going to pray nonsense that nobody cares about, that is not going to be used because that will hurt me. That will hurt me. So, just prayers that are useless and meaningless, on compassion, women, children. Connection is stable. Yeah, possible to get less away from all these crimes because it's like so much energy has been put in all these crimes on the media. Young people are coming out. They need to celebrate their sexuality and life and go out, love one another in one way or another, or doing sports and going and mediates. So I know my work is gold, more than gold, as to express, and I will be giving on its right time. So it is better I formulate my own to never talk about politics next year, never talk about anything related with my work, try to not talk about virtual reality and role play. Don't make anything for anyone, and just keep doing my agenda. It was nice. On the 10th, so each day of that year will be painted of the same day during 5 years. That's funny. So I still have half year. I could paint double from the 7th before August and July. So I have till July to paint double till July. So July is reunion, tuning, doors, and entrances. July, just like the holiday. It'll be a nice time to get my children back. They got the agenda at the same time with Devi, and it's okay. Same can have time to put all more there, so I have to write some letters. So how can they use their agendas? Hopefully, I get to know they got the covers. So I'm and praying to the Lord. They get their gifts must arrive in these days. Pay I pay thanks to my daughter Debbie, so it gets there. Thanks to her, I also pay a lot to her. Beautiful. So, so yeah, why would I like to be loved or wanted if I'm useful? Because I'm free source and I can put some makeup. Just be nice. Just be nice. I don't care what you do because we are going to be the king and queen of the world. I don't care you cheat on me. I don't care. We will lie to people. We will insult people online. Nobody will know it's us. So we look better. Yeah. her. Oh, look at your brother. That's low class, middle class, low class, lower than what you were born for. Good story teller? Yes. Well, maybe it's what the average needs. One has to live for the scissors. What's for the scissors? What if you want to enlighten the world, enhance their intelligence? You have to open more doors so they get into multiverse. But you don't have it. None of you do. You're making money with my formula, but it's not all of it. My children will thank me, hopefully. Prince George gets to understand how important it was. That's what I think sometimes. I think, you know what? The world doesn't need to know. Just my children. Um, I have imagined Prince George. See what is it? And then just like that. All for you. It was an image. Just so he knows. I don't need anyone to know. Just my children, my mother, Prince George. I don't care about the rest. What they think. Not even what you think. Because he has something that you guard so well. He is a happy man and deserves to enjoy his kingdom. So everyone does as well. There are only beautiful words to talk about. Um, if I'm going to role play with whatever it is that I like, which is all, which is shouldn't be, because this is fiction. It's fiction. What should be, what shouldn't be, who cares? There's just stories. So I don't want anyone hacking me. I don't have the computer I used to have or my programs. Oh, these programs. I make the Black Widow with the red lightsaber, editing every frame, every picture. So red, like Sith for, for Mara Jade. Just sitting there with my laptop in the middle of nowhere doing this. red lightsaber, which looked very unstable because it was not really moving like clean. So it just paint the frame wherever, more or less. But that was fun. Better than looking Netflix or anybody's YouTube. So kind of roleplay like before. Cannot be protected as well. I don't have hackers. So bye bye. Bye. Enjoy your life. No, just nobody needs to know what you do with your asshole. Don't let it be known. That's what the bathroom exists. Okay? Learn to be more mature. I have responsibility towards myself to mature and cut this off. Um, it's very hard. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. That voice is like asking an addict to stop drugs. So I have to pray. Bye bye. Pray, pray. Can work.